I've always had interest in doing it.
I actually just came here because my roommate, who's back in the room.
It's on my Facebook status, not my Facebook status, but my little things that you like to do.
I figure it's a really great opportunity, and if I didn't do it, then I was probably going to regret it later.
Because I'm tired of the people that they put on there.
When I was growing up, my mom and I always watched this show together.
I was watching it one day and my roommate was like, hey, you should try out for that since like you were voted that in high school.
These young adults are explaining their motivations for coming to Memorial Union on Saturday to attend an open casting call for MTV's infamous reality TV show, The Real World. The auditioners weren't limited to MU students. Many came from across Missouri and at least as far as Topeka, Kansas to try their hand at reality fame.
What? I woke up at about 5 and got ready and then drove to Warrensburg where we all exchanged cars and whatnot and then drove here.
In the first round of auditions, the casting directors led group discussions. Many auditioners were disappointed by the impersonal setting.
I felt like, at least in my group, it was kind of stupid just because like we were all trying to talk over each other all at once. They didn't go around and have us really, I mean, they had to say our name and where we were from, and that's pretty much it. So it's like, unless you were willing to like be loud and yell over everybody else, then you couldn't really be heard.
Yeah.
But it's not that big of a deal.
There were a lot of stories where it was like very, like they pulled out like the best story they had, like even if it didn't like fit the situation kind of thing. And like I had a couple of things I wanted to say and I just didn't get them out because people like just immediately talked over you.
Faced with the excitement of the possibility of being on MTV, it's easy to forget what being on The Real World actually entails. 6 months of having your most interesting, that is embarrassing and regrettable, moments edited for national television. Were these people not aware that their parents, family members, and future employers would be watching?
Well, I mean, it's always in the back of your mind, but how many times is, you know, if we're chosen, how many times are you offered that kind of opportunity? So it's like, what the hell, it's my life, I'm gonna do it. If I don't want to make a fool of myself, don't. If I do, better than TV, I guess, but...
I think it'd be cool to be like on the show just because it would be, you'd be thrown in a situation because they'd pressure you to like be that person, to like drink tons of alcohol and like freak out and like all this stuff, but I think like none of that would really affect me that much just because like I've kind of lived through it and like I just think it would be a fun experience to like have to be pressured with all that, but like pretty much show that like not everyone could like fall through.
Other auditioners also spoke to the idea of using the show to defy expectations and challenge stereotypes.
I fit the little blonde-haired, tan-skin, big boob profile pretty well. And I want people, like, that's not what it's all about. And I mean, you do look a certain way and you can't help it, but there's more past it. And I know every girl says that, but they need a chance to show it, I guess.
Okay.
People dangerously get into this like way of thinking of, like for instance the usual Simon, you're British so you must enjoy tea. Yes, I actually do enjoy tea, but like Simon, do you want a cup of tea? Like I'll go to one of my buddy's place and be like, Simon, do you want a cup of tea? No, I want a beer. Like, are you kidding me? Like, just because I drink tea does not mean that, you know, that is the most cliche thing that you can think of to ask me to drink.
One auditioner even hoped to break stereotypes by confirming them.
They have the gay guy who acts straight and like looks straight and stuff because they don't want everyone in America to think like gay guys are like really flaming and whatnot. And so instead they should have a gay guy who acts like a gay guy because that's like the standard rather than always trying to break stereotypes, because by always trying to break them then you're not representing the majority.
But not every real-world hopeful was so high-minded in their aspirations. Some just want to have a good time and perhaps further their reality TV career.
It just seems like something interesting. You can know, not everybody can say they were on The Real World, or they live somewhere for a certain amount of time doing whatever. And then, you know, from The Real World, maybe I can get a compliment or something. I really want to get a compliment. The Real World is just the stuff.